Now I've got some questions, so if you want to ask yours, then obviously go to Twitter, @JonathanJK. Ken, my first question, we talked previously and you said you made a choice earlier in life. You'd won a medal from the 1982 Asian Games.
Correct, in India.
Yeah, in India. But then you wanted to you're a businessman, you had a business mind, so you wanted to make a choice between sports and business. So why did you make the switch from sporting at a very high level to starting your own business?
Yeah, when I was young boy, I was hanging around on the beach and stuff like that, and then one day I saw this couple. They were like putting the sail up, keep falling down. Looks funny to me, and then they lent me the board. I tried. Oh, it's good. And then I started to hook, windsurfing. I go to the beach. I play every day. Less than 1 year, I practiced so much, and then I started to join the competitions. In '81, they already, because I it's like a race, whoever wins, you got to represent Hong Kong to like the World Championship. I remember in '81 there was a Mistral World Championship at the Canary Islands in Spain, and then I won that. Then I won from two other, teammate. That was my first time, travel, Hong Kong. I was a young boy, and then I came back and then keep racing. I keep winning a lot of local races, the regattas, all these windsurfing regattas. And then in '82, that was the first time they put this windsurfing sport in Asian Games. So again, I won the race, and then I got to represent Hong Kong. And then I just won the bronze medal at that time. I had no, how to call this, the trainers and all this, I was by myself, went to Bombay, and I won the bronze. And then
you make it sound so easy. I know it's not, but the way you describe it is
I got stomach ache, and that was a tough time. And then came back to Hong Kong, and then the Hong Kong government, they invest a lot of money in windsurfing because they see the potential. Hong Kong, they can get medal at this sport, because at that time it was the only medal for Hong Kong that year. And then 2 years later, 1984 Olympics in LA. Of course, I was very good at that time. I represent Hong Kong again. Of course, I didn't win anything at that time. And then '86 again, the Asian Games in Korea. So I went to Busan because I had less training at that time, so I didn't win anything the second time in the Asian Games. And then I think '87 I already kind of like stopped windsurfing. I stopped racing, but I still go windsurfing for fun. Yeah. Because I opened my first shop, that was in 1986, and '87, '88, I just suddenly got so busy, we put containers of windsurfing boards, windsurfing sails. Everybody wants a windsurfing sails. Everybody wants a wetsuit, and business became big. I had my partner at that time was my brother. I had two brothers, was helping me. They also windsurfing. So from one shop we split to two shops. Business was like really good at that time, windsurfing business. But of course now it's like dying down. I had to diversify to different businesses. And then so from '81 to '88 I was like traveling all over the world, because I represent Hong Kong to Singapore Open, the Philippines, whatever, to the Penang Open, Malaysia, and then I go to Africa, to the US, to, I don't know, name it, Caribbean Sea, go to Barbados, just traveling all around, the world, racing. And then when my business, got more busy, I had less time to train, and I was getting old. I mean, I don't see many people can go like 3 times, like 12 years period, to the Olympics, for example. And
sorry, what's the life expectancy of a surfer then, in that sense?
What's that?
What's the life expectancy of a surfer, competitively speaking?
Surfer or windsurfer?
Either.
You can surf until you're very old. It doesn't matter, but you be just less competitive, less competitive because of your body aging. You know, I can see the young guns, you know, like they're on the windsurfing stuff. They can pump like a madman. I could pump like a madman, but that was 20 years ago. But it's just like all kind of sports, not only windsurfing. You know, if you're young, like you know, you do cycling. I mean, those like 38 years old, you cannot beat those 20 years old. So anyway, I picked business because you know, I had to think about my future. But lucky enough, you know, the business that paid, I love it. I just love it. You know, I keep, you know, traveling the world. You know, go to different places, like, you know, to go surfing, different places to go. You know, 10 years ago, I go different places. You know, find wind to go kiteboarding. Used to go to Maui, Hawaii a lot. You know, windsurfing, wave jumping, and all this. But right now, you know, I'm really, you know, addicted to surfing. Back in the room, you know, really addicted to, you know, surfing. So I travel, you know, look for different rigs, you know, and I love my business, and at the same time I make money.
But it hasn't stopped you. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, you we were supposed to do it yesterday, the interview, but you were like, no, I'm going surfing.
Yeah, yeah. Just
The thing gets in the way.
I just got out of the water like 3 hours ago.
That's because of the typhoon as well.
Yeah. Yesterday I went surfing because there was a typhoon number 3 last night, and then this morning was typhoon 1, but I think they lowered everything now. So we got some chance, you know, go surfing somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I have actually some questions from somebody. Somebody's asking, well, yes, the surfing was good. That was one question. Are there many girl surfers in Hong Kong, and how hard was it to establish a surf shop in Hong Kong?
Oh, okay. How many surfer girls? You say the ratio is like maybe 20 guys or 15 guys, one girl. Not, you know, not too bad. Even my wife surfs. You know, I go anywhere in the world, Bali, Maldives, Sri Lanka, you know, wherever I go, the Philippines, she jump into the water. You know, because in Hong Kong we surf beach break, we call. But you know, when we travel, most of the time we surf reef break. You know.
What break?
Reef.
Okay.
Reef is like, you know, try not to hit it because otherwise you get scratches, you hurt yourself. And the ratio is like we have some girls. You know, even today I saw some girls. You know, not a lot, maybe 10% or less than 10%. They're like surfer girls in Hong Kong.
Right.
I answered the first question.
That's okay. The second question was from Stacey. She asked, how hard was it to set up your business?
Oh, that was from a long time ago. You know, it wasn't a real surf shop in the 80s. We were putting a lot of windsurfing boards at that time, but we had some surfboard even by then, in the 86, 85, we were selling surfboards. But at that time, surfing in Hong Kong wasn't popular at all. Maybe we sell like 4 boards, 3 or 4 boards a year in the 80s, you know, surfboards. But now we sell like 100. Like even yesterday we sold a few, today I think we sold, you know, like 100, yeah? Because surfing is getting really popular. Also in 2020, it's going to go to Tokyo Olympics. So it's going to boom even more.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the hundreds of surfboards, are they coming? They're not just from Hong Kong. They're from around the world. Your orders.
Yeah. You know, most of my boards, you know, the brand names are, you know, really top. The U.S. and from Australia. You know, all those brand names.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to buy any board like say ABC from China. They look good. You know. Of course, they build a lot of boats. A lot of boards in China, but no name, you know, no guarantee, no performance. We don't know.
Yeah, no history.
Yeah, no history. You know, surfboard is really, really technical. You know, even the rocker, you know, the nose rocker, the tail rocker, you know, even a little bit, you know, different. It affects the whole boat's performance. It's very technical. You know, it's hard to explain. All those shapers, why they're so famous? Because they keep shaping boards. They non stop. They keep testing like I don't know, hundreds of them before they make the actual, you know, like production.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of setting up the business, why Chai Wan? I know you had another couple of stores, but they've closed.
Yeah.
So why have you stayed in Chai Wan? What's special about Chai Wan?
Yeah.
If
Okay.
anything?
Yeah. Okay. I have you know, I call this my headquarters. It means where I work, and some of my staff, they help me, my accountant, my order guy, some of my sales, some of my warehouse controller, they work with me. They work with the place I call it headquarters, because I have like branches like in Causeway Bay in town, in the Chai Wan, very busy area. Those are smaller shops. Okay, before my headquarters was at Central, that was 6 years ago. I moved here like 6 years ago. We were in Central like over 10 years because of like Central was expensive, and we were there. We had a smaller shop than this, of course. And after many years, the landlord, they keep putting the rent out, too expensive. I remember after 9 years of contract, I moved from Central to Central, and then another 3 years contract, they put the price up. We couldn't afford it anymore. So I decided to move to Chai Wan because of our history. Like if you're surfing in Hong Kong, if you're a skateboarder, if you're like a kiteboarder or snowboarder in Hong Kong, you know us anyway. You know X-Game. And then doesn't matter where. Of course, I don't want to move like to near the China border, it's too far. But say Causeway Bay to Chai Wan, you jump in a cab, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's not bad. But right now we're in the industrial building that give me like big space. I can store, all my equipment. People when they come and say they want to set up snowboard, we have to help them to set it up. They want to try the outfit. Usually they spend 2-3 hours here, and then we have a space for them. They can sit down. They can go to the fridge and grab a coffee or grab a soda. They feel more spacious here, more comfortable. I remember we were Central and my office was there, like I was with my staff, so crampy. And then I remember we have a couch. They can try the snowboard. It's like only like 2 meters away from me. It's like it's too small. But this shop is like 4 times bigger. Then I can put more stuff, and the chance to sell the products, the chances is much greater because I have the products here, and then the customer can feel it. And they have more options, in sizes and stuff. But before, if the customer said, this is a bit too long, I want a shorter one. Then I have to go to the warehouse, Then they have to wait and come back, the next day, If you cannot display enough products in the shop, it's very hard. Very hard.
And naturally, it is hard in Hong Kong because of space is a limitation.
Yeah.
But Chai Wan, for those that don't know, Chai Wan is on the east side of Hong Kong.
East side of Hong Kong Island, yeah.
And it used to be an industrial area.
Yes.
Compared to other areas, and so these abandoned spaces, in essence, ripe for new shop owners.
Yes, but before, say back 10 years ago, warehouse, industrial building, cheap. You can still rent it, not expensive. But now, everybody comes here. A lot of studios, like the custom bike people, they come here, or say mountain bike, they sell mountain bike, A lot of shops, they move to the industrial buildings because it's cheaper. And then since the landlords they realize, the demand is so strong, they put the price up. It's a lot cheaper than Central still. Say here, Hong Kong dollar we pay around 10, 12, maybe 12, about $12 in Hong Kong per square feet. But it's Central, you don't get anything, even like upstairs, you don't get anything below 50, like 5 times. Yeah,
there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Is there anything in Chai Wan that interests you, apart from your shop being here and the location is right?
Yeah.
But is there anything in, I know Big Wave Bay is close by, so it's great for surfing.
Yeah.
So that's a natural fit for your shop.
Yeah.
And that natural location. But is there anything in Chai Wan, say if someone was coming, anything here?
Yeah. They have a shopping mall, quite big. It's not far away. It's like a couple. 200, 300 meters away, called the South Bay Shopping Mall. And besides, even downstairs you have restaurants. Not a lot of restaurants. You have restaurants. You have a lot of garages. They clean your car. Things are happening here. A lot of garages. They fix your car, and then we have banks downstairs. I don't know, we have stores, you can buy food, and then if you walk, say, 10 minutes, there's a little, you know, like, I wouldn't call village, you know, a little, like a little town, you know, you have everything there. You have pharmacy, you have cake shop, you have, but only this side is like only 300 meters away, then it's like more quiet. But it doesn't mean there's nothing, but just more quiet, yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about surf culture.
Yeah.
Surf culture specific to Hong Kong, obviously. In 2007, I was reading an article from Things Asian, and you mentioned that in surf competitions you would see foreigners in the competitions,
yeah.
but when it came to recreation, you would see the Chinese.
Yeah.
So that was 2007. Since then, we've had the Olympic Games from Beijing.
Yeah.
Has the attitude changed at all? Do you see more Chinese being more competitive in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Or just generally, actually?
Yeah. You know, I think surfing, this sport is brought in by, you know, like foreigners, yeah? Like either Australian or American, Caucasian anyway. And then the Chinese started to, you know, oh, it's interesting, look interesting, I want to try. And but now the community, I mean, the ratio is like, I say, I don't know, 80-90% of them are local Chinese. Just like I just came back from the beach, yeah? I sat there today, not so many people, maybe 30 people surfing. Like, yeah, 80% of them Chinese, and then of course some expats, you know, like 20%. Yeah.
So things have
yeah.
changed from 10 years ago.
Yes.
And they are more competitive, the Chinese. Are they sort of
yes.
getting comfortable with this? Because you have to. You have to.
Surfing is a hard. Yeah, I windsurf, I kiteboard, I snowboard. Surfing is a very hard, you know, sport. You know, it's hard to manage. You know, to carve, bottom turn, and all that. You know, takes you a long time. Even a duck dive, I don't know, but the level of the local Chinese, I see some of them, they can, you know, manage it, you know, quite well. You know, they can do maneuvers and stuff. Of course, you know, some expat, because they moved to Hong Kong when they were, I don't know, maybe 20 years old, or maybe a few years ago they moved to Hong Kong, but they used to surf in Australia. Some Americans, they used to surf in LA. You know? And then, of course, when they come to Hong Kong, they see the wave, no problem, they can. But yeah, but the local Chinese, you know, the level is going up for sure. You know, especially, you know, for those they have money, they travel to Bali and all that, they train, you know, they love it.
Okay. Have the actually no, you've answered question 4 as well. In 2007, there was a little bit of controversy about surfers on the beach. The bathers were having a problem with this, and it seems to me like what I know of surfing is like some of the movies, like Point Break.
Yeah.
And to me, a beach has always had surfers.
Yeah.
Since I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
Right? But you can go so far back, and then at one point there were no surfers. But to me, a beach, if I think of a beach, I think of like ice cream, surfers, sand, sunburn. Those things seem part of it. So why would Hong Kong bathers take an exception to surfing when it's...
Here's the Hong Kong government. If you go to Big Wave Bay or you go to Repulse Bay, you know, all these whatever bay, you know where they have the lifeguard, you know, the bay, the beach is operated by those lifeguards. You know, the government pays the lifeguards to take care of everything. They pay the the government pays the lifeguards, you know, to watch, make sure there's no one get drowned and stuff. And you know, you can see the sign. It's weird, you know. Okay, no surfer. Okay, there's no freeze breeze. There's no dogs, no loud music. This is Hong Kong. What, you know, everything is forbidden. Okay, I remember. Yeah, that was like 2007, I think.
Yeah, it's the same article.
The SMP, the local paper, they talked about it. And no surfer. It's crazy because a group of those at that time, I remember a group of surfers. They were Cathay Pacific pilot, the Australian, and then some lawyers, either the British, you know. They all surfers, and then of course at that time there weren't so many locals, yeah. And then they started to write letters to the government, and you know, this is crazy, it's a beach. But right now even until today they still have to sign that no surfing. It is weird, and I know that in summertime, like summer, when there are like thousands of people on the beach, if there are waves. Because in Hong Kong they have this kind of like a little red buoy, the swimming area, Okay, and then you have so many people. Actually, the government is right. You know, if a surfer hit a swimmer, it's no fun. You know, they get hurt, and then they will allow you to do surfing outside the swimming area, but still surfable. But in winter, the area, you know, the red buoy thing, the line, they take it away. So the winter, we get to use the whole beach.
Because no one in Hong Kong goes to the beach, right? Yeah.
You go to the beach, maybe 1 or 2 people. It's so cold. You know, they aren't swimmers.
Yeah. Right.
But in summertime, they are swimmers. I think the government is right. Okay, no surfing.
Okay, so you agree. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the beach isn't big. You know, you can easily hit somebody. You know. And they go to the hospital. It happened like occasionally.
Right.
Occasionally.
I can confirm that the beaches are better in the winter because I'm from the UK, and so it's already a colder climate. So when I came here to Hong Kong, and then people said, "Oh, they start closing things on the beach in October time for autumn." I'm thinking,
October.
What? But it's still summer to me. It still feels like summer. And then just all these beaches are just empty.
In November 1st, you know, all the lifeguard days. And then, but from November to February, March is northeast wind, northeast swell. This is where Big Wave Bay face, northeast, and then we get good swell. For example, in summertime, it's usually southwest swell. We get nothing in Big Wave Bay. Then you have to go to Lantau Island near the airport because there are 2 beaches there, Puyo and Cheung Sha. They face southwest, like everywhere in the world is the same. So in Hong Kong Island, we go to Big Wave Bay, we surf in Big Wave Bay. Winter is better.
And then in the summer?
Summer, you when the south well is up, you know, southwest, you go to Lantau Island near the airport.
Okay. This is a good lead into my last question, and it's talking about accessibility to surfing in Hong Kong. So pretend like I said, I only know very little about surfing, but imagine someone who's a tourist coming to Hong Kong, and all of a sudden, oh, I can surf here. How do I do it? Or the professional, how can they just jump right into it? What's the easiest way for them?
Easy, okay. Basically, you know, I surf 4 beaches in Hong Kong. Sometimes I go to Cheung Sha or Puyo because they face the southwest near the airport, Lantau Island. Okay. Winter, besides Big Wave Bay, close to here, you know, face the northeast. You can also go to another bay called Chai Wan, Cyclone neutral tourist. That one you've got to go and go all the way to the country park, and then take a little dinghy. You take a 5-minute, 7-minute boat ride to a pier, and then you have to hike for 1 hour. No cars. It's very nice hiking. That's why the backpacks are so good. And then you go there. The beach is much wider, much bigger, white sand, very clean water. So it's really nice. A lot of people, they go there on Saturday. They surf. They camping there because the beach right there. There's no toilet, no water, no nothing. But if you walk like 300 meters to another beach, there are little store. They sell soft drinks and they can make you some noodles and very basic food. Yeah, a lot of people, they go there in winter. I go there.
Right. Yeah. That sounds like something for say the experienced surfer who's coming here and then they realise, oh, I can surf in Hong Kong, because you don't think of surfing when you think of Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong is So it's a city. So
to their surprise, there are things for them, and like you say, a 40-minute walk.
Yeah.
But what about the novice?
Okay.
What can they do?
They can easily, for tourists, say they arrive tomorrow, or I don't know, in winter or summer. They can easily go to Big Wave Bay because the bus goes there, taxi goes there. From here, go there by taxi is like 15 minutes. So easy. You go there. They have some stores. They sell drinks. They make foods and stuff. Most of those stores, they do board rental. You can easily. It costs you like 50 Hong Kong dollars. They give you a board and you can go surfing.
Right.
Yeah, they have longer board, they have shorter board, they have a soft top, they have all sorts. Yeah, a lot of people, they do rental and they go surfing in Big Wave Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to thank Ken for his time.
Yeah.
We've gone a little bit over.
Thank you.
But I hope you found it interesting. I'll show you what it's like on the replay.
Sure.
Okay. And if anybody has any questions, I'm looking at the chat now. If you want to send any messages to Ken. Okay. So this is a copy.
All right.
So this is Laura. Laura, where are you from?
Yeah.
There's a delay.
All right.
Could be a properly long delay. Or could everyone tell us where you're from, where you're watching from? Okay, so she's
from Boston.
Yeah. Oh, what's the worst injury you've got from surfing?
Oh, that was only 2 years ago when I was in Maldives. There was late, heading back to the beach. Of course, like reef breaks, and then just a wave pushed me. I didn't do it quick enough. My board just slipped, and then my head hit the rocks, and then here I got a big cut, and then my lips was like was bleeding. My lip was like you can see a fashion. That was terrible. That was bad. That was bad one.
Okay. Thank you for the very dramatic question. Yeah. somebody always out there wants to know about an injury, something dramatic,
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So what, did you need stitches?
No. But I took, because on that island was a pain, to go to the hospital half an hour. But lucky, I managed, to put everything back. I have 3 different places, you see the flesh like up and down. It was really bad.
One person's asking, favorite place to surf in the world?
I go to Bali a lot. I go to the Philippines. I love to surf in Asia. I surf Hawaii. I surf Australia. I surf the U.S., Caribbean Sea. I surf Mexico. But I still believe Asia is the best. Indo's really bad. Really good. Indonesia, say Bali, was really good. Java, less people, very good. But my favorite place is Maldives, because Maldives is like they control the people, not so many people, and the breaks is like machine. It's really nice. I'm going in October to Maldives.